I know I've done a TikTok today, but I just want to come on and talk about this thing. How and Harper, a new TV show which is on Mubi. Yes, Mubi. I know how we feel about them, but I'm too far in. Okay, I know. But How and Harper follows a brother and sister, more specifically the family dynamic between them and their father, who is a very depressed man who is now having a kid later in life, and it might be like the most soul-destroying thing I've ever seen, or at least TV show I've ever seen. And I've seen things like Normal People. Okay, Normal People is one of those shows that is just so soul-sucking and makes your day just fucking suck. But as sad as the show is, it does have a level of hope to it. There is a slight level of optimism, because Hal is growing up being like, yeah, I can do whatever I want, but Harper is kind of feeling responsible for everything. And I think something interesting that Cooper does with this is that him and Lily play the characters of Hal and Harper in both adult form and when they were children. A really interesting way to do the whole growing up too fast kind of thing. And then Mark Ruffalo playing the depressed dad, playing the dad who is just so heartbroken from a previous trauma to do with Hal and Harper's mother, and him having a kid later in life is just, man, it's soul destroying. And it's all done and edited in this very strategic way, a way of which is trying to make you feel so much empathy for these characters, of which you really do feel empathy for them. And I don't think I've seen a show like it, and this is the only reason why I'm keeping Mubi. I love Mubi. Well, I did before the whole, and I think they got a hit in their hands, because it's a shame that a lot of people are kind of overlooking it, and I think that people do need to see it because it is really important, especially with what it's saying about depression and abandonment. And to be honest, I cried. And that doesn't happen very often, but I cried watching this fucking show. There's 8 episodes, and I've watched 4. It's been a very destructive month, clearly, and it came at a perfect time in my life. I think How and Harper is one of those shows that just really hit me deep and gave me a life check, because I came under a realization that I do need to grow up a little bit. I'm kind of set in my ways of, I guess, immaturity, kind of like Hal. But anyway, Hal and Harper, if you've got Mubi, please watch it. If you haven't, find it. I don't know. It killed me. It really killed me, and this might end up being the show of the year. I know that the studio exists, and the studio is like my fucking bread and butter, but it's like this show was made for me. It was like it was engineered in a fucking lab or something. I don't know. I'm done rambling. Please watch How and Harper. It is a beautiful show. You will not regret it.